Welcome you once again in this new session of history. Today, once again, we are going to start our nationalism in Europe in the 19th century. Now, we will start with the Frankfurt Assembly 1848, in which in the Frankfurt Assembly was the first freely elected parliament for all the Germans, and it was the session between 18 May 1848 to 31st of May 1849 that 1831 elected representatives took their place in Frankfurt Assembly, which met at St. Paul's Church. The participants mostly represent the educated class. More than three-fourths had been to the university. They had studied jurisprudence. Many of self-employed like lawyers, journalists and doctors were also there in the Frankfurt Assembly. The Frankfurt Assembly the Frankfurt Assembly and the constitution it drafted failed as the pre-Prussian ruler Frederick William IV refused to accept the office of the emperor. When it was offered to him, he declined the offer because it was not offered by the princes of German states but by the elected representatives. So, Frederick William IV he refused to become the ruler of accept the ruler of this constitution because he feel insult because he was not being proposed by the princes of German states. In fact, Frederick William IV believed to divine right of the king. His chief minister Bismarck also advised him not to accept the crown of shame because it was offered by the elected representative. Now, role of the women during this revolution was a large number of women had participated in the liberal movement actively over the years. However, the issue of extending the political right to the women was controversial one. Women had formed their own political association. They founded the newspaper, they attended the political meetings and took part in demonstration. Now the society was going to be changed, and what was this change? Beginning of the changes, though a conservative forces had suppressed the liberal movement, but they could not restore the old order. The ruler realized that the concessions have to be given to stop revolution. Therefore, the autocratic monarchies of Central and the Eastern Europe began to introduce changes which were already given to the people in the Western Europe in 1815. To stop the fight, the ruler they changed their mind. Now they declared that their kingdom will be now known as one nation, and the Habsburg Empire was henceforth called Australia. Austria-Hungary was deployed. The making of the Germany and the Italy as a nation states. The very important thing is that now the two great nations were born. It was German and Italy. They both now emerged as the nation states. After 1848, the nationalism drifted away from its association, and this can be observed in process where Germany and Italy became the unified states, and unification of Germany by Bismarck. William I became the ruler of Prussia in 1861. He was deeply conservative and regarded kingship as a divine duty. He also believed the national mission of the Prussia to unify the Germany states. Bismarck's role in the unification of Germany was William I appointed Bismarck as the chief minister and foreign minister of Prussia. He was one of the most efficient statesmen of the modern world. He enlarged the re-equipped and reorganized the Prussian army. He unified and should be expelled from the confederation. It was the war with Denmark, then Austria. The war of Denmark is to achieve his object of explaining the Austria. He picked up a quarrel with Denmark about the old questions of control over the two duchies of Schleswig and Holstein. The combined forces of Prussia and Austria defeated Denmark in 1864. Then Austria here Schleswig-Holstein questioned the first two pretexts to pick up the quarrel with Austria in 1866. Bismarck created an environment in which Austria declared the Austro-Prussian War. A decisive victory allowed Prussia to annex some territories and allowed Bismarck to exclude long-time rival Austria from the new defunct Germany Confederation when forming the North German Confederations. This war also resulted at the end of Austrian dominance in the German state. Austria was defeated by the Bismarck. The German states like Baden, Württemberg, Bavaria remained independent but made military alliance with the Prussia. Bismarck had overcome Austria resistance to the idea. On January 1871, the proclamation of the German Empire in the Hall of Mirrors in the Palace of Versailles, exactly 170 years after the founding of the King of Prussia, the German princes and the senior military commanders proclaimed William I as the Emperor of the Hall of Mirror. Now, unification of the Italy. During the middle of the 19th century, Italy was divided into seven states. Seven states were Sardinia and Piedmont, ruled by the Italian princely house. Then Lombardy and Venetia was under the Austrian Habsburgs. Center was ruled by the Pope. The southern regions of the Naples and the Sicily was under the domination of Bourbon kings of Spain. The states of Parma, Modena, Tuscany. Italy was thus fragmented. Napoleon Bonaparte called Italy a geographical expansion, meaning thereby that Italy was divided into several states ruled by the separate rulers. Even the Italian language had not acquired one common form, and many local and regional vibrance was there. In the meantime, Mazzini, who emerged as one of the godfather of Italy, his name was Giuseppe Mazzini and had become the member of the secret society Carbonari and later formed the society which was named the Young Italy for spreading the objective of unification. Then the role of Cavour or Camillo Bensodi was the chief minister of Sardinia Piedmont. He realized that to achieve unification, two things were essential. First, to build up a strong army. Second, foreign help for the essential to defeat Austria. Now, role of Garibaldi. It was the Giuseppe Garibaldi joined the process of unification in 1860. He, together with the volunteers, started in the south and worked northward and concentrating first to Sicily, attacked Naples. The Bourbon army collapsed and ruler fled. Garibaldi handed over the Naples and Sicily to Cavour. and set a sail for his island home. The people in Naples and Sicily voted in favor of joining with the Piedmont. In 1861, Victor Emmanuel II was proclaimed as the ruler of United Italy. So, Mazzini, Cavour, and Garibaldi, they were the men who established to help the unification of Italy in 19th century. Now, Britain became a nation state. In Britain, the formation of the nation states was neither a result of sudden upheaval nor a revolution. The steps through which England also became the nation states. Though it was being ruled by the king or queen royal family, but they declared themselves as a nation. The people of the England were now known as an English. And after a long struggle of the English Parliament seized power from the monarchy in 1688, the Bill of the Right was signed by the king in 1689 by freedom from standing army during the times of peace, freedom of speech in parliament, freedom from excessive bail, and freedom from the fine without a trial. Now, it was Ireland during that time also suffered a similar fate like the British. It was a country deeply divided between the Catholic and the Protestant. The English helped the Protestant of Ireland to establish their dominance over the largely Catholic country. Catholic revolts against the British dominance were suppressed after the failure of the revolt led by the Wolfe Tone and his United Irishmen. Ireland was forcefully incorporated into the United Kingdom, and in 1801 the Act of Union was passed by both British and the Irish. The Act of the Union was passed, and it was Ireland. Ireland was to join to the Great Britain into a single kingdom, and the United Kingdom of the Great Britain and Ireland. Dublin Parliament was abolished. The Anglican Church was to be recognized as an official church of Ireland. Then the visualization of the nation was that historian in the 18th and the 19th centuries found a way of personifying the nation, and in other words, nations were the portrait of female figure. The female form, the chosen of the personify the nation, did not belong to any particular woman in life. The female figure became the allegory of the nations. Now, and the last was the Eastern question, the war in the Balkans. It was a composition of the Balkans was composition of the Balkans were in Balkans was a region of the geographical ethnic variation from the Romania, Bulgaria, Albania, Greece, Macedonia, Croatia, Bosnia, Herzegovina, and Montenegro. It was a Balkan states where it was controlled by the Ottoman Empire. But in 1850 to 1871, there was a confronted with the forces and nationalists, and they also fought. They fought for the equality for the law. Christians and the Muslims alike could join the army. The system of the taxation was reformed, and universal corruption and the extortions of the public officials were to stop. So, in the conclusion, we can say that the European history, it encompasses the diplomatic and the political problem decay of the Ottoman Empire. The expression does not apply to one particular induces a variety of issues raised in the 18th, 19th, and the 20th century, including the European territory ruled by the Ottoman Empire. So that's all for today's session. So follow these videos, all these three videos, and we will meet in our next session with a new chapter. Till then, have a nice day and take care of your health.